You guys really need to stop buying sheriffs on your save rounds after you lose pistol. Let me explain. So we're going to be looking at a series between Leviathan and Team Liquid. This was from the group stage of Champs. And if you see here, Leviathan, they won the pistol round. They won a lot of pistol rounds, by the way. And Team Liquid obviously didn't. Now, if you look at their buy, you're going to see Team Liquid, they decided, yo, let's all buy sheriffs. All 4 of them, and Chamber has like 6 shots, right? Now, this is a little throw. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Teets, how is it a throw? You know, the sheriff is really good. It's a really good weapon. With one clean headshot, I could like win my team the round, right? Well, keep in mind, you're really squishy when you have these sheriffs. You don't have any armor. You're going up against a Marshal, so you're just one-shot body shot to him. And it's just not a risk you want to be worth. It's not a risk you want to take, really. It's just not worth it. Especially with the Chamber on your team. In my opinion, you're just better off walking around the map trying to get your Chamber a kill. Because if he does, then that's when you start to snowball, right? The issue with these sheriffs is that if you don't do any damage, you're kind of screwed on your first full buy round. Arguably the most important round of the game. So I want to skip ahead past this buy round for Leviathan. And I'm going to show you. Okay. So this is the damage that Team Liquid did against Leviathan. It managed to kill Breach. And did no more damage to anybody else. It didn't touch a single other person, right? So what does Team Liquid's buy look like going into the next round? Well, let's take a look. We have 5 Vandals and light armor. Now this is kind of troll, right? Because the enemy team still has 3 Spectres, full armor, Marshal, and Breach was able to buy another Spectre, right? I don't know where you got it from, but he was able to buy another one, right? This is extremely troll if you're Team Liquid because this is your first full buy round. These Spectres are really strong when you're playing against, you're going to be playing against teams that are going to be playing in close angles, close together, right? If you notice, Leviathan's getting ready to push a lobby together. So I'm going to play this round out and you're going to see Team Liquid, they're going for some like mid action, right? And Leviathan, they're walking up mid. 4-man walking up mid. They don't have that great of weaponry, so they're going to funnel them all into one area. So Team Liquid's working up mid. Leviathan decides to push their own smoke. Soulcast is like, yo, let's see what's going on over here. Dog gets broken, stunned, he's getting blinded and everything. These Spectres are hammering away at them. They're getting free kills. Look how much damage it did to Yampy. I think that was from a Marshal shot from earlier. But this is what I'm saying. Teams are buying light armor more often because a lot of players just like to buy Vandals. And Vandals, no matter what range, you're going to get one-tapped, right? So this light armor buy is really strong against Vandal players because against Phantom players, it's different, right? What I'm trying to say is this extra 600 credits between full armor and half armor eventually adds up over time. So if you're able to cheat away and buy half armor almost every round, you can force out basically another buy round eventually. That's what teams are trying to do. But you can't really do that on your first buy round after losing pistol. Because this round, if you lose it, you're risking going down 4-0. That's a lot of momentum, and you might end up throwing, right? So I'm going to play this out, and you're going to see, what is it? What's going on now? So Team Liquid, they're still grouped up in mid after taking mid control. Leviathan's like, okay, we took a lobby control. I'm going to stick around, see if I can catch them if they come back. Chamber's holding garage push and C push. This isn't really looking good if you're Team Liquid. Yumpy's on low HP. They decide, okay, we wanted to go B, let's just go B. They backed off, right? So they're trying to contact in, see if anybody's holding an angle from anywhere. Screen peeks out. Again, the Spectre just chews away at him. I mean, I think he was full HP. Yeah, he was 100 HP, 25 armor, and he just gets decimated. So then the retake starts coming in. Dimasic he's at 80 HP and Yampy's at 2 HP. It just doesn't work out and they end up losing the round. So like if you look at the stats for the Spectre, now here's why it's so important that you have full armor on your first full buy round. If you look at the stats of the Spectre, it takes 5 shots to kill you in the body with 125 HP, but 6 with 150 HP. But now keep in mind, these are pros that we're talking about. So they're going to land a headshot. So a 1 headshot and 2 bodies is going to kill you. 1 headshot and 3 bodies is going to kill you. And I might be thinking to yourself, well, Teets, that's not... No, it's whatever. It's an extra shot. Well, it does matter. Because remember, we're playing in a meta that's full of Raze, full of Fade, full of Viper, still a little bit of Sova, and chip damage is going to happen. So these extra HP increments that we're talking about matter a ton in a game like Valorant, where almost everything matters, right? So these stats are really important. Look at the Bulldog. 4 shots to 5 shots. Marshal. If somebody shoots you in the body with a Marshal, you're already at 25 HP. All the enemy team needs to do is, graze you with a Molly or a Seize, right? It's ridiculous. So that's why having full armor on your first full buy round is so important. I'm going to show you another round where they do the same exact thing on Ascent. Just look at how they start off each game. They're down 0-5 to start. And then on Ascent, same thing. They're down 0-4 because they buy it again. I'm going to show you the buys in a few seconds, but buying up sheriffs like this just isn't worth it, especially when you have a chamber on your team who can essentially do the same thing that your whole team is trying to do. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. Not everybody on your team should be buying sheriffs. It should be up to your chamber to make a play, and maybe like 1 or 2, maybe tops, other people should be buying sheriffs if you really want to try and make a play. So with that being said, let's look at one more round. All right, so we're still in the same series against Leviathan, but we're just on the next map, which is Ascent. So again, Leviathan won their pistol. They got 2 Bulldogs, 2 Spectres, and their chamber decided to keep a Ghost, right? Maybe saving up for an op or whatever. Now, let's look at Team Liquid's buy. Again, another Sheriff. Scream. It's got a Sheriff plus light armor. That destroys your economy. I don't know what kind of experiments that Team Liquid are trying to pull here, but if they don't win this round, or if they don't get enough damage off, they're kind of screwed. So I'm going to play the round out. Fast forward, Liquid's and not only that, like, look at their game plan. They're trying to gamble a site, trying to predict where Leviathan is trying to go. It just doesn't. This just isn't convincing to me. You saw the stat line. You saw that they were down 0-5 the first game and 0-4 the next. It's just like, this isn't really worth it, right? So let's go to the next round and let's look at what their buys are like. And now, granted, they do get some exit kills. I will admit that they did do a lot of damage on the exits. They played really good exits, but still, your money's still kind of screwed. Again, your chamber's able to buy full armor and a phantom, half armor, half armor, half armor. Scream, I'm pretty sure he did this previously in another series too, and he ended up buying Guardian Light Shield. It's just not worth it, right? And you're going up against Stingers, you're going up against Spectres, but like, had they won, or had they not have gotten those exits, right? The Bulldog, right? They would have been playing against Bulldogs. The stats for the Bulldog are just worse, right? 4 shots in the body to kill from 0 to 50 meters at 125 HP. 5 shots in the body. These are similar stats to a Phantom or a Vandal. So had they not have gotten the exits, it's just not a risk you want to take, right? So since you're here, we might as well just break this round down. Leviathan looks like they're going for like an A main default. Their chamber's holding the B push, holding mid push as well, alongside Asher. So they're holding this 3-man over towards A main, maybe trying to farm an orb for somebody, or just trying to get A main control. They clear out wine, figure out nobody's wine. Well, let's see what their play is. I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit. So they decide to go for an exec. This KO Molly is probably gonna go Heaven or Jenny. They have a star for Heaven. That's probably gonna be a suck. Well, I guess they decided to smoke it. I know some teams like to suck that. Stuck behind dice. Where did the KO Molly go? I'm curious. Oh, maybe one in the tree. Some teams like to molly inside this smoke so teams can't run out on them. But now they make so much noise that they're able to get their chamber up in a really good lurk spot, right? Now things are getting a little hairy. So these guys are running back. They're like, oh, let's leave. Okay, well, maybe not. Oh, okay, let's re-hit, right? And Chamber's able to find a kill. Soulcast finds the guy looking up mid. But again, I guess this round just goes to show how nuts Chamber is, right? I guess this doesn't really mean much for their buys, but still, the concept still applies. They're running in plus Fade Ult. Like, oh my goodness. It's like they already had half armor to begin with. The Fade Ult just puts them down to even lower, and now Yampi's putting no 1v2. So it's just not a sight to see. The stats don't lie. The score lines don't lie, I should say. 0-4 on Ascent. 0-5 on Haven. Had they just played a normal round where they just save classics and bank on Yampy getting a few kills, the score lines of these games might be a little different. These rounds are extremely costly, especially this early on. So, with that being said, stop buying sheriffs on your save round after you lose pistol. It's not worth it. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. I know I did, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.